After a 14-hour shift at the Firehouse, I came home to an empty living room. Her ring was on the table. My brother's jacket was on the couch. You saved lives. I wanted someone who could just be home, her note said. The next day, I found them together. I didn't react. But a month later, when their wedding invitations got returned with my handwritten message, I'm a firefighter in Pueblo, Colorado. I've done this job for almost 12 years. It's hard. The hours are long. The stuff I've seen, burned bodies, screaming kids, families losing everything, doesn't leave your head, not ever. But I've always believed in it. Helping people, saving lives, it meant something to me. I thought it meant something to her, too. Her name was Jenna. We'd been together 4 years. Lived together almost 2. She was a nurse at the county hospital, worked nights sometimes, but not like me. I'd be gone 24 hours, sometimes 48, depending on how short we were. She said she understood. Guess not. It was a Tuesday. We'd had 3 back-to-back calls, one of them a house fire with a family trapped inside. I pulled out a 6-year-old girl and her grandmother. I didn't even get to shower. I smelled like smoke and melted plastic. My eyes stung. My legs were shaking. I got home at 9:18 p.m. The porch light was off. That was the first red flag. She always left it on for me. I walked in, and the place was too quiet. Not she's asleep, quiet, just empty. I didn't see the coffee table right away. I noticed the missing pictures first. There used to be one of us on the bookshelf from a trip to the Grand Canyon, gone. Her shoes were gone from the entry mat. I turned toward the kitchen, and that's when I saw it. Her engagement ring. Right there in the middle of the table, like she wanted to make sure I saw it. And next to it, Tyler's jacket. My younger brother. He used to stop by for dinner. Said he missed Mom's cooking and Jenna's lasagna. I used to laugh about it. I even told him he was lucky Jenna liked him more than me. Never thought twice about it. Then I saw the note. Folded once. Slipped under the ring. You save lives. I needed someone who could be here. I'm sorry, Jenna. I didn't move for a long time. I just stood there, holding the note, my gear bag still slung over my shoulder. My boots were muddy, but I didn't care. I stared at the spot on the table where the ring had been, like maybe it would explain something if I looked long enough. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I called in and took the day off. Told my captain it was family stuff. He didn't press. He knew from the look in my eyes it wasn't something small. Around noon, I drove to my parents' place. Tyler had moved back in last year after his second failed attempt at college. I thought it was temporary. I thought he was regrouping. His car was parked out front. So was hers. I sat in my truck for 20 minutes watching the house. I wasn't even sure what I was waiting for. Then the front door opened. Tyler came out first, laughing. Jenna followed, holding 2 coffees. She handed him one and leaned into him, like she'd done it 1,000 times. He kissed her on the cheek. They didn't look like people who had just destroyed someone's life. They looked happy, relaxed, like nothing was wrong. I didn't go in. I didn't confront them. I just left. Over the next few weeks, I stayed quiet. I didn't talk to Jenna. I didn't talk to Tyler. My mom tried to get me to come to a family dinner, told me Jenna wouldn't be there. I told her no. People started calling me once word got out. Apparently, Jenna and Tyler were getting married. Fast. The kicker? She claimed they fell in love while I was too busy choosing work over her. She said I wasn't present. I saved lives. I gave everything I had to a job that broke my body and soul, but I never cheated, never lied. I just worked hard and thought she'd understand. She didn't. They got engaged 6 weeks after she left. My cousin Mike got a wedding invitation. So did some guys at the station. I didn't get one, guess they had some shame left. But I got a look at one of them. White envelope, gold trim, embossed lettering. All fancy. You are cordially invited to celebrate the union of Jenna Marie Carter and Tyler James Randall, September 18th, 2024. Disgusting. That night I started writing. Not just one letter. I wrote 47 of them. One for every invitation I could get my hands on. Each one said the same thing. This wedding is built on betrayal. The groom slept with his brother's fiancée. The bride lied and ran off with her future brother-in-law. Think before you RSVP. I slipped the notes into the same wedding envelopes and mailed them back, right to their return address. I didn't sign them. Didn't need to. A few days later, the first crack showed. My mom called me in tears. Said Jenna's father stormed into her office demanding to know what sick games I was playing. Jenna called her a liar when she asked about the letters. Then Jenna blamed me. Tyler tried calling me 3 times. Didn't answer. He left a voicemail. You need to stop. Whatever sick thing you're doing, it's over. You're not ruining this for us. I deleted it. But the truth had already started to spread. Family members who were on the fence about going to the wedding suddenly weren't going anymore. Jenna's sister returned her invitation with the words, "You two are disgusting," scribbled on the back. I heard from a guy at the station that Jenna's mom broke down crying in the middle of a Target. It wasn't about revenge at first. But once I saw how easily they lied, how happy they were after tearing my life apart, it felt necessary. They wanted a happy beginning? They were going to have to answer for the ending they gave me. And I'm just getting started. A week before the wedding, Tyler showed up at my Firehouse. He didn't call ahead. Didn't text. He just walked in like we were still brothers. I was on break, sitting in the back lot behind the trucks, eating a cold sandwich. He stood there for a second, hands in his hoodie pockets, before saying anything. You need to stop, he said. You've made your point. I didn't answer. Just kept chewing. He stepped closer. We're getting married, man. You don't have to like it, but this childish crap? It's beneath you. I looked up. You really think I'm the one who did something low? His face changed. She left you. You were never around. You think that didn't mess with her? She left me for you, I said. That's not just messing around. That's betrayal. Tyler didn't have a comeback for that. He shook his head and walked away, muttering, I hope you rot alone. I didn't flinch. That sentence used to sting. It didn't anymore. A few days later, I ran into one of Jenna's coworkers, Angela, at a gas station near the hospital. She looked at me like I had kicked a puppy. You okay? She asked. I'm fine, I said. You know they're not doing so hot, right? I didn't say anything, just looked at her. She sighed. Jenna's been showing up late to her shifts. She cried in the break room last week. Tyler tried to show up at the ER during one of her shifts and made a scene. Security had to walk him out. That surprised me. Angela leaned in and lowered her voice. You didn't hear this from me, but she found texts from him and some girl named Carla. From before she even left you. My jaw clenched. I didn't say anything. Just nodded. She gave me a sad smile. Guess karma doesn't take days off. The next morning, I got a message from a blocked number. You happy now? Tyler's sleeping at his buddy's house. My parents told me they're not coming to the wedding. You ruined everything. It was Jenna. I didn't reply. What was there to say? She ruined everything the second she picked him. But I wasn't done yet. 3 days before their wedding, I got a call from an unknown number. The man on the phone said he was from the venue, a lodge up near Woodland Park where they were going to have their ceremony. I'm calling because your name was listed as a reference for payment confirmation, he said. That made no sense. I wasn't involved. Must be a mistake, I said. Well, he said, we've tried reaching Jenna and Tyler but haven't gotten a straight answer. We need full payment before Friday, or we'll cancel the reservation. That gave me an idea. I asked, how much do they owe? $4,700. I hung up and thought for a long time. Later that day, I made a single phone call to my buddy Scott, who works for the Colorado Department of Revenue. Not illegal, just friendly information exchange. I asked if he could do a quick scan on Tyler. Scott called me back an hour later. Your brother's got a few unpaid tickets and some credit card debt. Not crazy, but he's not in a position to drop $5,000 in a week. I thanked him and hung up. I didn't call the venue back. I didn't need to. If they couldn't pay, the venue would handle it themselves. But just in case, I emailed them. Said I had recent concerns about the groom's behavior, that it might be worth rechecking the contract and liability clauses. I didn't lie. Just gave them a reason to look closer. That night, I slept better than I had in weeks. By this point, the wedding was falling apart. More and more people were backing out. I didn't even have to do anything. The truth was spreading on its own. Then my mom called. She was crying again. Your brother came by screaming at your father. Accused us of turning people against him. He turned people against himself, I said. I know, she whispered. She paused. Your dad told him he wasn't coming to the wedding. Said he couldn't support what he did to you. I didn't expect that. My dad never picks sides. He said that. I asked. He said he doesn't recognize the man Tyler's become. For a second, I felt something shift in me. Not forgiveness, but maybe relief. Then my mom said something that stopped me cold. Jenna's pregnant. I dropped the phone. After I picked the phone back up, my mom was still on the other end, crying quietly.
She told me yesterday, she said.
She's a few weeks along. She said she's not even sure if she wants to go through with the wedding now. I sat down on the floor. My legs couldn't hold me up.
Pregnant.
Everything about this situation had already felt like a punch in the gut, but this was worse. This wasn't just betrayal anymore. This was long-term.
Permanent.
There was going to be a baby born out of this mess. I asked my mom, did she say it was Tyler's? She hesitated. She said it was. But I don't know. The timeline is strange, isn't it? I didn't respond. But it was. She left me 6 weeks ago. That meant she'd have gotten pregnant right after, or before she left. I did the math over and over in my head. And that was when a new kind of anger started building. Not yelling, not screaming, just cold. Quiet. Focused. She might have been pregnant before she even ended things with me. I didn't want to go digging. I really didn't. But I couldn't ignore it. So I reached out to Jenna's ex-roommate, Amanda. We'd never been that close, but she always liked me better than Jenna. She used to joke that I should have married her instead. I texted her and asked if she had a few minutes to talk. She replied right away. We met at a diner on the north side of town. She ordered coffee. I didn't touch mine. I asked her straight out. Did Jenna ever say anything about seeing Tyler before she ended things with me? Amanda didn't look surprised. Just tired. She didn't have to say anything. I saw her texting him late at night. Laughing, blushing. I caught her changing clothes before meeting him, even though she told you she was working late shifts. My stomach turned. She came home drunk once, Amanda added. Started crying. Said she thought she messed up. Said she might have ruined everything. When was that? Amanda checked her phone. Mid-July. That was 2 weeks before she left me. I sat back in the booth and stared at the ceiling. Amanda leaned forward. Look, I didn't want to get in the middle. But if you're asking me, I don't think she ever stopped loving you. I think she just thought Tyler would make life easier. Less stressful. Simpler. I didn't respond. What could I say? I think she made a huge mistake, Amanda whispered. And I think she knows it. 2 days before the wedding, I got a call from my cousin Anna. She was laughing so hard, she could barely talk. You're not going to believe this, she said. You know that expensive dress Jenna bought? The one she posted on Instagram with the caption, "Forever starts now"? I remembered it. White lace, long sleeves, huge train. Cost over $3,000. She made sure everyone knew. Well, Anna said, someone slashed it. Right down the back. Completely ruined. What? She was at the tailor for last-minute alterations. She left it there overnight. When she came back, it was cut up. I blinked. You think Tyler?
No.
Jenna thinks Carla did it.
Carla.
The girl Tyler had been texting behind Jenna's back. Now things were circling back. She went full meltdown at the shop, Anna said. They almost called the cops. She accused the tailor, accused another bride, then started crying, saying she should have never left you. That part made me sit up. She said that. Yup, Anna said. Loud enough for the whole place to hear. The night before the wedding, Jenna showed up at my apartment. I hadn't seen her in person since the day she left. She looked exhausted. Her makeup was smudged. Her eyes were red. She was wearing a hoodie, my old hoodie, from back when we first started dating. I didn't invite her in. She stood there on the porch, holding her stomach. "Can we talk?" I said nothing. "I don't know what I'm doing," she said. "Everything is falling apart." I folded my arms. "You mean the wedding you planned with my brother? After sleeping with him behind my back?" She winced. "I didn't plan for any of this to happen." "No," I said. "You just let it happen."
She didn't argue.
She looked up at me. "I think I made a mistake."
I ser det her.
"Which part?" She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. "Is it even Tyler's kid?" I asked. She flinched like I slapped her. "I don't know." There it was. I nodded. "Go home, Jenna." She didn't move. "Go," I said, louder this time. She turned and left, quietly crying all the way down the stairs. The wedding was scheduled for 3 p.m. the next day. And I already knew it wouldn't happen the way they planned. Not after what I had set in motion behind the scenes.